Hello and welcome to another tarot reading from me. Today's reading is going to be on your future spouse's physical appearance, and I'm going to be looking at physical traits, characteristics. I'm also going to be looking at astrological insights based on my own notes, as I have done in many other videos. And I'm also going to be looking at outer style, the way that they present themselves, the way that other people perceive them, and also how people perceive them in general, yourself included. And yes, so you have 4 piles to choose from. Again, I have chosen these crystals based on intuition. I asked Spirit which crystals I should use, and these are the ones that attracted me in this particular order. So pile number 1, you have this smoky quartz crystal. Pile number 2, you have this blue calcite crystal. Pile number 3, you have this carnelian crystal. Pile number 4, you have this jade crystal. So you can pause the video if you need more time to decide. I do suggest that you take some moments to breathe deeply. Try to exhale longer than you inhale, and that is going to help you center yourself and calm down. Meditate upon the question, what does my future spouse look like? You can address it to Spirit or God or whatever higher spiritual guide you follow. Or you can just ask the question to yourself, however you feel comfortable, and open your eyes and choose the first crystal that stands out to you without overthinking it. And I will see you at your reading. So this is for those of you who would like to select with a tarot card as well. I'm going to be selecting the tarot cards right now. You can skip directly to the selection process if you don't want to sit through this. Spirit, what can you tell me about pile number 1? The people who chose the smoky quartz. What does their future spouse look like? Help me choose the right oracle card for them. All right, 1 popped out. All right. What can you tell me about pile number 2? The people who chose the blue calcite crystal. What does their future spouse look like, Spirit? Help me choose the right tarot card for them. The right card for them. What can you tell me about the blue calcite people? Who is their future spouse? What does this future spouse look like? What did their future... Okay. All right. What can you tell me about pile number 3? The people who chose the carnelian crystal. What does their future spouse look like? I'm going to try again because I'm not sure. Spirit, what can you tell me about pile number 3? The people who chose the carnelian crystal. Who is their future spouse? What does their future spouse look like? What does their future spouse look like? Okay, I'm really getting this one. Okay. Spirit, what can you tell me about pile number 4? The people who chose the jade crystal. What does their future spouse look like? Help me choose the right oracle card for them. What does their future spouse look like? Outer shell, all that. Okay, this one wanted to come out. All right. Very nice. So, pile number 1. You have this card. Pile number 2, you have this card. Pile number 3, you have this card. And pile number 4, you have this card. So this is for those of you who would like to choose with both crystals and oracle cards. Pile number 1, once again, you have to choose between this card right here and or this smoky quartz crystal. Pile number 2, you have this card over here and or this blue calcite crystal. Pile number 3, you have this card over here and or this carnelian crystal. Pile number 4, you have this card over here and or this jade crystal. So you can pause the video if you need to. Once again, my recommendation is that you meditate upon the question a few times in your mind. Close your eyes, breathe deeply, try to exhale longer than you inhale. That will help center you and calm you down. And then open your eyes and choose the first pile that stands out to you instinctively without overthinking it. And of course, if you feel drawn to more than one pile, you are free to watch several or even all readings and take whichever messages resonate. And before I get to the reading, I will ask you once again to please subscribe to my channel. It is the easiest way to support me. It will only take a second and it's free. And also click on the notifications bell if you want to see when I post a new tarot reading. And also, if you're interested in a personal reading, you can email me at the email address that I will leave in the video description. Thank you. I will see you at your reading. So welcome pile number 1. This is your reading if you have chosen this card over here that says Morning Dew Girl and or this smoky quartz crystal. So I will be reading the description for this oracle card after I select the rest of the oracle cards. So this is going to be the shuffling phase. You don't want to, if you don't want to stick through it, you can fast forward. I will add timestamps. Okay, so Spirit, what can you tell me about pile number 1? What does their future spouse look like? Pile number 1, people who chose the smoky quartz. What does their future spouse look like? Tell me, Spirit, what kind of a person are they? What do they look like? What is the overall energy that they give off? All right. I don't know why I just immediately turned it over. Spirit, what can you tell me about pile number 1's future spouse? What does their future spouse look like? What kind of features do they have? How will they recognize this person? What energies do they give off? What style do they have? What style does pile number 1's future spouse have? Tell me, Spirit, help me choose the right card. What does pile number 1's future spouse look like? So we have Moose Wisdom. Let your head and mind reach to the stars, yet keep your feet grounded on the earth. Listen to the ancient wisdom in your soul. The ancestors speak through you. You know much. Be community. You are a powerful creator. Your work blesses everything you touch. Be open to receiving sweetness. You are the queen of abundance. Penguin Authentic. Reach out to your tribe in times of need. Family gives you strength when you face the storm. Love your uniqueness. You are full of surprises. Break free from others' expectations. Just be yourself. All right. And then you have these cards. This one that says centering. Let me show you the picture. Butterfly wings. Okay. Centering, wisdom, shadow self. Interesting. I'm already feeling Saturnian vibes here. potentially Ketuvian, but maybe it's too early to tell. Okay, so let's see the description for this card that says Morning Dew Girl from the booklet. Face your fears, awareness, consciousness. The woman on this card collects fat raindrops into a basket of leaves. She is called Morning Dew Girl, and she symbolizes the receiving and absorption of all worries and fears. She invites us to start sharing our own feelings and worries. We can collect them and deal with them instead of hiding them deep inside. She stands resolute and strong, ready to face her fears. While fear can be as powerful as a river, once confronted, it may turn out to be as small as a drop of dew. Very interesting. Definitely getting Saturnian vibes. I don't know. I'm curious to see what the rest of the cards are going to show. So, moving on with the tarot cards. Spirit, what can you tell me about pile number one's future spouse? What does this person look like? I'm getting these as well. Actually, not so much this one. What does pile number one's future spouse look like? Help me choose the right tarot cards for them. What does pile number one's future spouse look like? Spirit, what does pile number one's future spouse look like? Come on, Spirit. What does pile number one's future spouse look like? Let's see, can I fit these? One more. Spirit, what does pile number one's future spouse look like? Okay. Oh, come on. I can't choose two of them. Let's see. No, not this one. This one. Okay. So you have 8 of Wands. The Earth Mother, which is the Empress. The Queen of Athames, which is the Queen of Swords. The 9 of Athames, which is the 9 of Swords. The 10 of Chalices, which is the 10 of Cups. The Lord of Shadows, number 13. I gotta pause and check this later, but let me get the rest of the cards. 9 of Chalices, which is the 9 of Cups. So I need to check what this one is again. Be right back. All right, so the Lord of Shadows is number 13, which is Death. Okay, it was kind of suggestive, but I still wanted to be sure, so I checked in the book. So yeah, you have Death here. I'm not surprised if this person has like strong Scorpio energy, but okay, moving on with the other tarot cards because I want to get some more. Spirit, what can you tell me about pile number one's future spouse? What do they look like? What can you tell me about pile number one's future spouse? What do they look like? What can you tell me about pile number one's future spouse? What do they look like? Let's see. 2 more. What can you tell me about pile number... This one? Nah. Spirit, what can you tell me about pile number one's future spouse and what they look like? What energy do they give off? What is their physical appearance? What does pile number one's future spouse look like, Spirit? Tell me. Help me choose the right cards. What does pile number one's future spouse look like? What does pile number one's future spouse look like? This one. So let's see. The Hierophant. The Queen of Wands. This is already a confirmation of shadow self, but okay. The 10 of Cups again. Wow. Judgment. This is intense already. Like the 6 of Cups. The Devil, if this person doesn't have some Scorpio energy, I don't know. It's like I will start to doubt myself. The Three of Swords, wow. All right. Intense stuff here. So this is about, bear in mind, this is about mainly physical appearance. But when I say physical appearance, like those of you who come from Vedic astrology, you know that I talk about something called Aruda Lagna, which is a type of ascendant. You probably know what an ascendant is in astrology, most of you at least. So it's basically something that shows the kind of energy that you give off and how other people perceive you, but sometimes it may or may, I mean, a lot of the times it could be that it doesn't actually reflect your real energy, but it's how you perceive, how you are perceived, and you know, it's very important in astrology basically. So maybe this person has a Ruda Lagna in Scorpio, I wouldn't be surprised, or Capricorn, or they have Mars aspecting the Aruda Lagna, maybe Pluto in the Aruda Lagna, although I have mentioned that I don't use the Pluto and the outer planets so much. But it could be that they have like a strong Pluto energy in their horoscope. It's strongly placed maybe in the ascendant. And again, they could actually have ascendant, just a regular ascendant in Scorpio, or maybe they have Ketu in the first house. And so I'm getting overall a strong Saturn / Ketu energy. Saturn, Ketu, and Mars. So Saturn meaning basically Capricorn and Scorpio a lot. So, but I'm going to see what the astrological notes say as well. So just based on the cards, you have the Ten of Cups coming out twice, but you also have some harsh cards here. Like you have the Nine of Swords, you have the Three of Swords, you have the Devil. So to me, this shows that this person actually comes across as pretty intense. And they also come across as someone who has suffered quite a lot in life. Like, I don't think that their outer appearance is very light and happy-go-lucky. I think their appearance, also with the Devil card, they probably are quite attractive. In fact, so irrespective of their gender, I definitely see that this is the kind of person that a lot of people are going to find attractive, because you have the Devil, you have the Empress or the Earth Mother, and you have the Hierophant, and you have the Ten of Cups twice. So this looks like marriage material, I think, to a lot of people. Maybe it could be that this is just based on your tastes. But I would say that's less likely. I think with all these cards coming up, this is a person who maybe even with the Three of Swords literally looks like a heartbreaker. You might like a heartbreaker / player, and this is even for women, right? This might seem like the kind of person that just goes through relationships and, you know, leaves a trail of broken hearts. Also with the Death card, again, there's something really intense about this person. I don't think that they're going to be lovey-dovey, not at first at least. That's not going to be the first impression. You do also have the Six of Cups here. So the funny thing is, like, they could also have something about them that is a little bit childlike. Maybe they look younger than they are. That's another thing. This also kind of gives me like Mercury energy potentially. But this is someone who I think a lot of people see them as having a dark side. You know, there's something brooding and intense about them. But also with the Wisdom, so they come across as worldly. Also with the Eight of Wands, this can, you know, to me the Eight of Wands is like a confirmation of the Wisdom to some extent, because it shows that this person just looks like someone who has been around the block for a while, you know, a person who maybe has traveled significantly, has seen different things. So someone who can handle different situations and different people. So yes, most likely this does make me feel like this is a mature person, but it does depend. I mean, I think it's unlikely that this is someone who is significantly younger than you are. Let me just say that. Maybe around your age, depending on what your age is, but irrespective of what their age is, this is someone who has had a lot of life experience. You also have the Queen of Swords and the Queen of Wands. So this is a person who comes across as very tough-minded, very intelligent, someone that nobody can really bamboozle, that people get the sense that they can't manipulate this person. They can't, nobody can pull the wool over their eyes. They can't really, play them. This person really sees through a lot of BS. And again, if you come from a Vedic astrology perspective, this person could have a lot of Aquarius as well, and or Sastabisha Nakshatra or Satabisha Nakshatra, however you pronounce it. Yes, I definitely see that. But the judgment here, the judgment and the death, strong Ketu energy. When Ketu is the south node of the moon. So this could be a person who is into things like mysticism. Worst case scenario, this could be someone who is, I don't know, into conjurings and stuff like that. But there might be something about their appearance, again, that comes across as brooding. Most likely intense eyes, most likely strong features, something like a bony face or like a prominent nose. Most likely this is a person who has pretty prominent features. If this is a woman, of course, this could just be very intense eyes, a very strong aura. This person will literally come across as a dream come true to you. This looks like your dream person, basically. In fact, for some of you, it might be that this person looks better than you ever imagined. Like, the ideal person could ever look like. And this person could really exceed your expectations in terms of physical appearance. Definitely, I am seeing a lot of, attraction as well. So with the devil card, this is a person who comes across as sexy, I think, to a lot of people, because the devil card is about lust, it's about passion. However, this could also, like, again, more specifically for some of you, this could literally be someone who looks a little bit goth, punk, stuff like that, something that is more dark. But it could also be, of course, darker features, or just, again, features that come across as really intense, serious, that kind of thing. What was I gonna say? Yeah, with the devil, there could be some, I don't know, like, this is gonna be a little bit weird, but this is about outer aura. So maybe this is like the kind of person that a lot of people think is not opposed to using substances, but I'm not sure how that would translate into physical appearance. It could just be something about the way that they talk, the way they move, the way they present themselves, that people just, see them as someone who might be acquainted to the dark side of life. They have kind of a rough side to them, but so I don't think this actually means that this person is an addict or was an addict, maybe was, I'm not sure. I don't think that this person is going to be struggling with addiction when they are with you, though, because this is mostly about outer image and, physical appearance and impression. So I don't think that they're actually going to be struggling with addiction, but there could be something about them that just looks like, they're not opposed to trying dark stuff, right? Like, kind of reminds me of that song. I don't know what it was called. Hey babe, take a walk on the wild side. Like, so yes, kind of, sort of that kind of an energy. But with the Hierophant here, this is really interesting. Like, I think this person is definitely a catch. This is the kind of person that just looks like a dream person. Look at this. This looks like a good husband or a good wife material with the Hierophant here. But the Hierophant can also show that this is the kind of person who easily elicits respect. Which again makes me think of a strong Saturn energy, strong Capricorn energy, in the sense that people just can sense that this person has had a rich life experience, that they have a lot of wisdom, that they can actually bring valuable advice and insight. So the Hierophant just shows this person has no problem gathering an audience, having people look up to them. This can also show that this person, unrelated to their appearance, but this could show that this person somehow has a position where they are leading others, or they're respected as some kind of an authority figure, So there could be that. It's really interesting here because you have death and the devil underneath. Wow. So now I'm really wondering if this is a strong message from spirit. So I did ask about physical appearance, but since these are really going well together here, this makes me think for some of you, maybe this is actually a person who has struggled with addiction, because death is a card that shows transformation and devil is about addictions. So of course it could be all kinds of addictions. This could be a person who has had to turn their lives around at some point, in some way. Maybe it was because of a substance abuse problem. Maybe they were in prison. I don't know. It could be a number of things. And it doesn't even have to be that serious. Maybe they were just addicted to painkillers or something following an operation or something. But they have gone through some kind of transformation. And oh, with the transformation thing, this could be someone who has had plastic surgery or has gone through some kind of massive physical transformation. Like maybe they've lost a significant amount of weight at some point, or maybe they have increased their muscle mass considerably since they were young, or stuff like that. But there is a message here that somehow transformation is connected to their outer image, their appearance. So there's something going on there. Of course, this could just show someone who has tattoos, piercing, stuff like that. See how this resonates. But since you have the Nine of Cups here, this person is basically going to be your type. Even if maybe at first sight you might think this is not my type, it's going to be your type, right? It's maybe if it's like, even if they're not your type, you're just going to be smitten to the point where, okay, this is my new type now. If that makes sense. This person also looks like someone who, I also am picking up on some Mercury energy. That's why I said, so not just the Six of Cups, but the Nine of Swords here. This person could have some mercurial energy or something that makes them look very on edge, kind of a little bit anxious sometimes. So they could come across as someone who worries a lot, who is, like I said, a serious outlook mostly. So, someone who doesn't leave things to chance. This is also a person who is going to be very picky. I think they come across as really picky. It's like a lot of people find them attractive, so that's probably why they're picky, Also because of the Queen of Swords, you have the Queen of Swords and the Judgment card. So this person has a very sharp intellect, very intelligent. They're a good communicator. Look at this. They might be someone who is addressing an audience on a regular basis, so a teacher, professor, I don't know, some kind of a leader, maybe an influencer. What is interesting is also the shadow self here. Look at this. This message is reflected 3 times. Shadow self, the devil, the Queen of Wands. Actually, 4. You have the Lord of Shadows, which is the death card, 4 times. So this is definitely a message here, and the reason I say Queen of Wands is because this is a card that is associated with a shadow self. That's why you have the black cat here. So again, this could be a person who really is into things like Wicca, metaphysical stuff, maybe the occult. Maybe they're actually part of some kind of a alternative spiritual community. That's another thing. So yes, I don't know, watch out for that. That is a possibility, but this person has struggled with a shadow self. Definitely. Look at this. Something about a shadow self. This could just be a message from spirit to tell you that this person is not what they seem. So take that how it resonates. Like, they are definitely someone that has a hidden side, let me see. And also what is interesting to me is like this card here, the original oracle card, spoke of fear. And then you have also the Nine of Swords, which is about worries and fears. So yes, this person, again, I'm seeing Saturn, Capricorn, maybe Aquarius, Mercury, Gemini, Virgo energy. So a person who thinks a lot. Also because they have a very sharp mind, that mind can turn against them sometimes. Now, I realize this is not strictly about physical appearance, but these are messages that I'm getting. Oh my god, you have wisdom twice. I just realized. Moose wisdom. So this person, I mean, that explains a lot. I mean, this person could be someone who has some kind of a position of authority or seniority or something. Like a lot of people want to hear their advice. And the shadow self can also, at the very least, just say that this person has a self-sabotaging self, you know, like has a side of them that is sabotaging themselves. And again, this could be something connected with addiction. And of course, the devil, so the devil speaks of addiction, but it can be bad habits, you know, bad habits like overeating, which could make sense. Again, you have, if it's about food, it would make a lot of sense because you have like the devil and then the death, which would show this person is going to go through some kind of transformation. Whichever the weaknesses are shown by the devil, this person is going to transform their life. So this could be, I think most likely this is going to happen before you meet them, because when you meet them, you're going to be smitten, considering all of these cards. So if this is some physical transformation, most likely it's going to happen before you meet them. But it could also be about sexuality. Like maybe this person has a high sex drive and they're struggling to use it positively. I mean, to find a positive outlet. This person is comes across as like someone who's very solid, though, on the surface. They're the kind of person that people turn to in situations of crises. They're very stable, because look at this, you have community and family being repeated here. The ancestors speak through you, you know much. So again, I'm getting K2 Mercury, Saturn energy here. A pillar of community. That's why I'm getting Saturn energy. So I feel like this is a person who's like a wise, older, I mean, they may not actually be much older than you are, but this is a person who just comes across as very respectful, that a lot of people are going to be like, you know, tell us what to do in a situation of crisis. Also centering here. So there's something solid about them. They're solid as a rock. Even though they have gone through a lot, like even if they have gone through a lot of anxiety and a lot of heartbreak, they are not allowing that to overtake them and to lead their lives. With the Judgment card coming up here, last but not least, message that I wanted to give is, it is possible that this person is somehow meant for you. Like you might have some kind of a karmic contract. You may have met this person in a past life. Again, not directly related to their physical appearance. This person also has, irrespective of their gender, they have a strong feminine energy as well. So they also come across as someone who would make a nice parent. That's probably why you have the Ten of Cups twice. You look at this, you have the Earth Mother, which is the Empress, and the Ten of Cups twice. So this is the kind of person that just a lot of people see them as very dependable, reliable, responsible, and also very attractive. And probably successful and emotionally stable as well, on the surface at least. Not to say that, of course, they don't have their worries and their fears, but I think they probably don't spread that around, that mood. Yeah, so there's like something about kids here. Look at this, you have kids in so many of the, look at this, 4 cards, right? This is pregnancy. Here you have Ten of Cups with children, the Six of Cups. So again, maybe this is a person who actually is a parent, or they just seem like someone who is good with kids. All right. So this is what I can pick up from the cards. Let me see what I can get from the astrological notes. What can you tell me about pile number 1, future spouse? Who is this person? What do they look like? What kind of an energy do they give off, Spirit? Who is this person? Who is this person? What kind of an energy? All right, I've had enough. Spirit, who is pile number one's future spouse? What do they look like? What kind of an energy do they give off? 12th house. Wow. All right. I'm going to break this down after I read them. 7th house, not surprised. This is husband material, wife material. 4th house, this is someone you want to set up home with. 10th house, someone with high status and seniority. Like I said, high social status. Mars, I'm not surprised. One of the rulers of Scorpio and Aries. Libra, this makes sense. Libra corresponding with the 7th house. Spouse material. Pisces, okay. Pisces is also connection to the 12th house. Taurus, so a lot of Venus energy. And Ketu. I am not surprised. I am a little bit surprised that, well, you have 10th house, but I would have expected to get maybe Capricorn. 10th house is the house that corresponds to Capricorn, and it's about Saturn and social status. So there are definitely confirmations here. Probably the strongest are Ketu and Mars, which I did mention. Maybe I would have expected to see a little bit of Mercury, but okay. So let me break this down. So you have Pisces and 12th house, which is a correspondence. Pisces corresponds to the 12th house. And then you have Libra and 7th house correspondence. And on top of that, you have the planets here. Okay, you have this and the planets and 4th house and 10th house. So basically this person just comes across as the all-round perfect package. You know, they are someone who has a high social status, a respectable position in society, people respect them, but they also seem to have that ability to create a balance between a personal life and their professional life because of that 4th house energy. So this could also be a person who is just very much oriented towards family, towards they come across as someone that is gonna build a foundation for someone, you know. Like as in they want to create a family, they want to have kids most likely. And because you have Libra in 7th house, this explains what I said initially about this person coming across as the perfect partner. I think most likely to a lot of people, because 7th house is literally the house of the partner, the spouse. And 7th house is also marriage. So it's this person comes across as very diplomatic. And also with the Taurus, and also Libra and Taurus, both of them, these are the two signs that are ruled by Venus. So this explains what I said about this person having a strong feminine side, irrespective of their gender, and they're probably very good looking. So this to me is kind of like a confirmation of the Empress energy. You know, this looks like someone who does enjoy the finer things, okay? They might, even if on the surface they might come across as very manly man or, you know, more masculine and tough, this is definitely someone who has a soft side, who likes to take things slow when it comes to their free time. You know, they probably come across as quite sensuous. They probably have a very nice voice, a pretty face. Taurus and Libra, you know, these are traditionally feminine, sensuous sort of energies. With Pisces, this person, and also the 12th house and Ketu, like I said initially, I mean, to me, this is a confirmation of all these cards like Judgment, the Devil, the Shadow Self, the Death card. This person definitely has a strong, first of all, intuition. They might even be borderline psychic. This person has a strong sense of faith in life. Like, and again, with the Hierophant, this could even be someone who's like involved in some kind of a religious community with the Hierophant. They might be very active in a religious community, or maybe they themselves are, you know, something, like I said, something connected to spirituality, a leader, a religious person in the clergy or something. Or they could be some kind of a spiritual teacher. With Ketu, I wouldn't say so much conventional religion, although that could be an option, definitely. But with Ketu, it's more about spirituality. So, you know, it's not so much about organized religion. So, yes, with Ketu also, like I said, this person has very, very strong intuition, and this explains why also with Ketu and Mars, these are the two rulers of Scorpio. So you also have Scorpio energy here. That explains that intensity. Mars probably makes them come across as someone you don't want to mess with. So they really have that great balance between being, I think, most likely socially diplomatic and attractive and charming, but at the same time, they have an aura about them that is just, you know, that just says they have strong boundaries and you'd better not mess with them because they will let you have it. Also, Ketu makes them come across as otherworldly, mysterious, and like I said, it could be some of them have dabbled with various, you know, spiritual practices. I wouldn't be surprised to see someone who is into Wicca, you know, maybe just tarot and, you know, astrology and stuff like that, but anything that is dealing with otherworldly things, you know. I'm actually thinking about, like, because you have the death there, I'm actually thinking, like, this could be someone who, you know, goes to a psychic to contact the dead or something. And again, obviously, this is very specific, but I'm feeling like this is not the kind of person that would object to that, even if they might, on the surface, say that they don't believe in it. With the Ketu energy here and this 12th house Pisces, this person definitely has some touch of the supernatural. Like, they're very strongly intuitive and psychic, and definitely don't try to ever lie to them because they're gonna immediately see through anyone who tries to deceive them because of that Mars, Ketu, Pisces, and 12th house energy. Yeah, so this is pretty much what I can say. With respect to physical appearance, let me get more specific. Something that I haven't said. Is this person could have a nice blend between masculine and physical characteristics. So I'm seeing a lot of harmony in their features, features that suggest sensuality. Could have nice skin, full lips, nice eyes, but they could also have a strong jawline and a good muscle mass. I'm not seeing this person being extremely tall just based on these things, but of course, doesn't mean that they can't be. Most likely they have a pretty strong muscular body though because of that Mars energy. And they also probably look like someone who is quite into sports, right? Quite sporty. They have that energy. And also with the Ketu, there might be something about their appearance. Again, with the Ketu, I actually did a video on my astrology channel about Ketu archetypes, so you might want to check that out. Especially if this person, let me, actually, no, but I was gonna say they might come across as delicate and stuff like that, but yes, for a woman, if this is a woman, this person could have very delicate, dainty features, but for a man, this could, on the surface, come across as pretty refined, and they might also tend towards the paler side of their genetic inheritance with Ketu. They could also have almond-shaped eyes that are quite mysterious and potentially penetrating, as in a penetrating gaze. All right, so this is what I can see in your reading, and I hope you have enjoyed it. Pile number one, definitely very interesting. And if you have liked it, please do not forget to subscribe to my channel and click on the notifications bell to see when I will post a new video. And also comment in the comment section with any feedback you would like to give. And if you are interested in getting a private tarot reading from me, you can email me at the email address I will leave in the video description, and I can send you a pricing list and further details. And I have also linked in the video description a link to my to some reviews that I've gotten from previous clients who have gotten private tarot readings from me, so you can go check those out if you're curious. But I can also send you sample readings. And also, last but not least, if you are interested in astrology, I will be linking my astrology channel in the pinned comment and in the comment section, in the pinned comment and in the video description. So if you want to subscribe to that, I would greatly appreciate it. Thank you, and I hope to see you at my next tarot reading. Bye! Welcome, pile number pile number two. This is your reading if you have chosen this card right here that says Queen Bee with the number 11 and or this blue calcite crystal. And this is going to be the shuffling phase. I'm going to read the description for this oracle card from the booklet after I select the rest of the oracle cards, so bear with. If you don't want to sit through the shuffling phase, I'm going to add timestamps and you can skip directly to the interpretation because I'm going to be taking my time. Spirit, what can you tell me about pile number 2, the people who chose the blue calcite crystal? Who is their future spouse? What does this person look like? What kind of a style do they have? What does this person look like? What does pile number 2's future spouse look like? What is their outer style, the image they give off, the vibe they give off? Help me out here. Oh, come on. Help me out here, Spirit. What is pile number 2's future spouse gonna look like? What is this person gonna look like? Yeah, this one. Spirit, what is pile number 2's future spouse gonna look like? What is their outer image? What is their style? Help me out. What is pile number 2's future spouse gonna look like? What is their outer image, their style? What vibes do they give off? This one? I don't know. Spirit, what's pile number 2's? Who is pile number 2's future spouse? What does this person look like? What kind of energy do they give off? What is their physical appearance? Help me out. Come on, tell me. So we have dolphin play. Swim in the happy joy of living. Inhale confidence and exhale fear. Dive into your wisdom. Go with the flow. Cat independent. You are a natural healer. Your intuition is strong. You don't have to go with the crowd. Life supports you in every way. Black Jaguar, old soul. Walk through life with confidence and grace. You have power from beyond the world. Focus on what you really want. You can create your dreams. I'm already getting a feeling like this person, again, if you come from my astrology channel, this person might have prominent placements in the Jupiter rule nakshatras. So, new beginnings, interesting. Ancestors. Expression. I'm already getting pretty strong Ketu and Purva Bhadrapada energy here, but I'm gonna hold that thought. Okay, so let's read the description for the card. Queen Bee, number 11. Strength, growth, motherhood. Madam Queen Bee is big and strong, yet gentle and mothering. Her skirt is a flower tower, a home for bees that sustain our ecosystem. She gives strength, power, and life to her surroundings. She is Mother Nature. She is responsible for the tulips that send energy into the world and all that grows to know the beauty of each day. Her children are the children of Earth. She nurtures all of us. It's so interesting because this is a mothering energy. Number 11 already is the number that is connected to the moon, the mother archetype in astrology. So I'm seeing already potentially strong moon energy, also with ancestors here. But let me see what the tarot cards are going to say. Spirit, tell me about pile number 2's future spouse. What do they look like? What kind of energy do they give off? What does pile number 2's future spouse look like? What kind of energy does this person give off? What does pile number 2's future spouse look like? What kind of an energy does this person give off? What can you tell me about pile number 2, the people who chose the blue calcite? What kind of energy does this future spouse of theirs give off? What features do they have? Help me out here. I'm not sure about this one. What can you tell me about pile number 2's future spouse? I'm not sorry. I'm talking to myself. So 3, 4, 6. One more. Spirit, what can you tell me about pile number 2's future spouse? Who is this person? What do they look like? What outer image do they... Okay. Oh, wait. So, let's see. The 2 of Wands. The Standing Stone, I think this is Justice, Strength. I don't remember. I have to check the book. Number 11, Strength. Yes. Okay. Page of Wands. 4 of Wands. 10 of Wands. Loads of Wands here. 9 of Wands. Interesting. The Oak King, number 12. I think this is the Hanged Man by the looks of it. Number 12. Yes, the Hanged Man. Okay. Let's see. Spirit, what can you tell me about pile number 2's future spouse? What image do they give off? Whoa. The 10 of Pentacles, the 6 of Cups, the 8 of Wands, more Wands, the 9 of Swords, the Page of Swords, the 5 of Cups, the 9 of Wands again. Whew. Okay. Wow. This person, can I just say, if you feel drawn to pile number 1, you might want to check it out, but only if you feel drawn to it. Because there might be messages for you there. But can I just say, right off the bat, this person, the first vibe that they give off is that they're quite closed off and defensive, because they have the 9 of Wands twice. So this person really looks like someone who has been through a lot. Also because you also have the 9 of Swords here. So this is a person who comes across as pretty, yeah, there's no other way to put it, like shut down and defensive. Like they're the kind of person that doesn't easily open up, that is not easy to get to. Look at this, you also have Old Soul. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm getting with these cards. There's a sense of world weariness about this person. You also have the 10 of Wands, the 9 of Wands, the 8 of Wands. So the person has gone through a lot, but they're also likely to be quite successful at the time when you meet this person, or maybe they will become successful while you are with them, because you also have the 10 of Pentacles. But since you have the 10 of Pentacles, the 10 of Wands, the 9 of Wands twice, and the 9 of Swords, this is a person who has really made it the hard way. You know, life has thrown them a lot of obstacles, a lot of unexpected situations that they had to deal with, a lot of stressors, a lot of yeah, just a lot of things that they had to solve. And I'm getting that they really haven't had much support in life. This person can come across as hesitant when you first meet them, when you first start to interact with them. So you might be finding them very attractive. Maybe you want to have a relationship. So based on these cards only, it might be that you have to make the first step. Okay, I'm not 100% sure. Of course, it depends on the more individual situations. But this is a person who is, look, you have the Two of Wands and you have the Hanged Man. So this person is going to be quite, you know, reticent about making the first move. And that's probably, again, it's not because of you, it's not because they don't like you, but it's because they have been hurt a lot. They are tired, they're weary. So even, you know, here's the thing, like, even if this person has reached a position of relative success, they still carry the memory of all the crap that they went through in order to reach this relative stability. So they're not going to risk it easily. Usually people who have gone through a lot in life, it's like, you know, they get happy with a little, right? It's like if you grow up, I don't know, an orphan, just to give you an example, and your whole life was a struggle just to survive, and now you have a job and an apartment, but maybe you don't have a spouse, that's not going to seem so sad to you because you didn't have much to begin with, right? So, and this is the kind of energy, just to try to explain their point of view that I'm getting here from these cards. It's like, from their perspective, a relationship is a huge risk, I feel. This is a person who, you know, believes what they see. They're very kind of meat and potatoes. I'm not getting too much I'm not getting too much fantasy here. So I'm not getting a person who's a gigantic risk taker, you know, or someone who just goes and does things on a whim. I think this is a person who ponders things carefully, you know, looks at every facet of a situation before making a decision. The best part about, so some of the best parts, and look at this, you have Queen Bee, the number 11, and you have, again, number 11, the Standing Stone. And you have the number 9 a lot. The 9 of Wands twice, the 9 of Swords. Let me see. And number 2 again, 11 comes down to a 2. So I wouldn't be surprised if this person has a strong moon energy. So they're also quite vulnerable and sensitive, but they're probably hiding that behind their exterior, right? So they probably have a very nurturing, mothering side. And they're actually, ideally, would like to have a family, but they're probably also very defensive. And look at this, since you have also the 5 of Cups and the 9 of Swords, this person can, when you meet them, they might still be crying over spilled milk. They might still be, I don't know, mourning some kind of a loss, maybe of a relationship, maybe actual bereavement. You know, so there's something about them that really, the overall energies that I'm getting is hard to get to know, closed off. But also there's an energy about them that is quite hopeful, like despite everything that they've gone through. Or they might have something that is a little bit childlike, like a childlike innocence, an ability to see things with new eyes and start over and over again. There's like this Peter Pan sort of energy here. They're very likely to be good communicators, good intellectual abilities. They like to learn. So with respect to Also, there's so many wands here, so this is a lot of fire energy. A lot of Aries, Capricorn, a lot of Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius, right? Also with the Eight of Wands, this is a person who likes to travel, so they might come across as quite worldly as well. You know, they might come across as someone who likes to travel, is a wandering spirit. They also come across as someone who's quite active, likes to stay active, likes to be on the move. Very strong individual, a lot of inner strength. And also they come across as very solid because you have the Four of Wands. Yeah, so I'm getting a lot of, I feel a lot of moon energy, a lot of Cancer energy as well. Moon, Cancer, fourth house, those kinds of energies. These things might be prominent in their horoscopes. Since you have moon energy, this person can come across, again, on the surface, on their, with respect to their appearance, they can come across as very kind of sweet, innocent. Maybe they even have sort of a round face. They come across as someone who is not particularly loud or flashy, you know, and also someone who is very protective of the people that they care about. But also very self-protective, you know. It's going to take time to get them out of their shell, really. I was thinking about this. Look at this, dolphin play. So there could be some Leo energy or maybe some Venus energy as well. So, this person actually does not naturally let go of control, or doesn't party easily, doesn't have fun easily. So this is why you have these messages here. That they basically, this message is for them, you know, swim in the happy joy of living and inhale confidence and exhale fear. So this person definitely has a lot of hesitation about them, probably because of something, you know, the way that they grew up, some past experiences, because they probably have been hurt and disappointed repeatedly over the years, and so they're, you know, very cautious, understandably. You have here new beginnings and ancestors, which is really interesting. With the ancestors card, again, this could be a message that this is someone whom you have a karmic contract with, like someone you've met in a past life. But with respect to their how they present themselves, this could also be that they dress in a way that is maybe cultural, ethnic, or they might maybe they don't completely dress like that, but there's something about their appearance that somehow alludes to their culture, you know. With the expression as well, again, potentially this person has Leo energy as well. Also in the traditional Rider-Waite deck, the strength card was that woman petting a lion. So it could be also strong Leo energy here, because with the expression, this person likes to express themselves as well through their appearance. Maybe they will like to wear some extravagant accessories or something, you know, maybe even maybe I mean, all kinds of things that could, I don't know, but I think for them it's actually something to do with their culture. Like, they like to express their culture and their inheritance through their appearance, through their look. Since you also have like this cat, dolphin, all of these creatures are very, I mean, when you think about it, not particularly loud. They can move in silence for long periods of time, which actually is a reflection of these other cards here. So this person, look at this, independent. So also with the 10 of Wands. So this is the kind of person that really comes across as someone who doesn't need anyone, right? Which can make them come across as really intimidating, daunting. But this is why I said it's gonna take a while to get them to warm up to you and get them out of their shell. But deep down inside, they're a kitty cat, right? Because that's why you have the cat. Like, so they're like very cuddly and soft. It's just that they have learned to hide their vulnerable side, and also they long to nurture. They're probably very nurturing, very protective, you know, as a partner. I would say also there is something very attractive about this person, in a way that, I mean, maybe they're not mainstream attractive, but there's something about them that just makes them very fascinating, very interesting. They could have something very mysterious about them. And they also just have, like I said, kind of a combination. So they're kind of a combination between, they can switch back and forth between being super serious, getting things done, maybe being a little bit tough and defensive, but also having a playful side. You know, like almost kind of this Peter Pan sort of energy, where they maybe like to joke around or they just like to be innocent. All right, so this is pretty much what I can get from the cards. Let me see. Let me see what I can get from the astrological notes. Spirit, what can you tell me about pile number 2's future spouse? What do they look like? What does pile number 2's future spouse look like? What does pile number 2's future spouse look like? What is their energy, their outer energy, their style, Spirit? Okay. Spirit, what does pile number 2's future spouse look like? Ambulance. 6th house. Hard worker. This is kind of a confirmation. 1st house, interesting. An independent. This is like confirmation of independence. 3rd house, more independence. Good communicator. 7th house, partnership oriented, diplomatic. 10th house, focused on career, hardworking. 11th house, this person could be really quite successful, quite financially well off as well. Let's see. Aquarius, interesting. Gemini, that's the Peter Pan energy right there. Aries, not surprised. I'm gonna get more into it. Mars, so a lot of Aries, Mars energy. Venus as well, quite attractive. And Ketu, all right. Oh, there's one more. Jupiter, okay. So this person, okay, so there are some confirmations here. Ketu actually makes me change my mind about something. So I did say this person, well, actually, initially I did think, I was gonna say like ancestors and old soul, but I didn't say it. You see, sometimes I need to say things without like whatever. Because when I saw, like the first time I saw ancestors and then old soul, I was like, this has to be some kind of a Ketu thing. Because Ketu has to do with reincarnations. It's about your past lives. So yes, with the Ketu coming out, this is a confirmation of these cards, these old soul and ancestor. So, and again, this is also a confirmation that for some of you, this is a karmic contract. This is a person you have met in a past life. You have had some kind of a relationship with them, which tells me that you might have some immediate reaction when you see them, that, oh my God, deja vu, right? I've seen this person before. And, you know, you might have that strong connection immediately on the spot. You might feel unnaturally comfortable around them. And with the Mars, and the Nine of Wands actually does make me think of Mars, Aries, and also first house. So all of these are kind of similar energies, because this is a person who has been used to fighting a lot and on their own. You know, they've had a rough life. They have had to deal with a lot of obstacles and enemies. I mean, look at this. Look at this energy, right? Mars is the warrior archetype, and it rules Aries and the first house. So this is a strong confirmation. This person is someone who has had to deal with a lot of obstacles, and it has made them pretty closed off. You know, hard to get to know, pretty defensive. Maybe they have a bit of an ego as well. Or they might be quick to argue. That's another thing. The Venus in the 7th house, and let me see. Yes, Venus in 7th house. This just shows that this person, first of all, Venus shows very charming individual. So this person could be even conventionally good looking. It could, but at the very least it shows that this is a person who is very pleasant, has a lot of social graces. Like, so it's interesting that they have both Mars and Venus. So this is a person that could have a balance between, or they have a side that they don't really show that is really aggressive, but on the surface they have very good social skills to mask their insecurities and their, as well as their stress. Look at this. So this is what it makes me think of. Let me think. Also, you have here the 10 of Pentacles. To me, this is a confirmation of the 10 and 11th houses, because the 10 of Pentacles shows a person who has really worked towards building a status for themselves, building a certain level of professional expertise, and this shows that this person is gaining a lot from their profession. And this also shows that this person comes across as pretty popular. Pretty popular, is also someone who stands out, has an energy that is quite entrepreneurial. So I wouldn't be surprised if this person is an entrepreneur, because they're very independent with all this Mars energy as well. So they definitely come across as someone who gives out this strong, assertive, a lot of masculine energy. Even if this is a woman, this is a lot of masculine energy, but there's also a good amount of feminine energy as well. Like with the Jupiter to me, you know, confirms that sort of nurturing desire. You know, they want to take care of others. They're probably quite generous. They also love to travel. They love to expand their understanding of the world. They're probably quite tolerant. And also with Ketu and Jupiter coming together, this is a person who really puts a lot of emphasis on faith. So again, this really makes me think, like, again, this person could be like wearing something like an amulet. You know, they might be wearing things that have some kind of a religious significance, especially pertaining to their culture. And the Gemini is that Peter Pan energy that I talked about. Aquarius to some extent as well. Aquarius could show that this person is very unusual. Also Ketu as well. And also very independent. Aquarius is probably the most independent. Also Aries and Aquarius, both of them. So this is a person who is very unique in their worldview. This is a person who really cares about others, wants to make an impact in the greater world, probably does have a good amount of popularity, like I said, and they're probably working with significant numbers of people in their professions. With respect to appearance, with respect to height, they could go all over the board. So they can go from below average to very tall. I can't really say much about that. What I can say is they have something unusual about their appearance. They can come across as otherworldly, you know, otherworldly, and maybe towards the pale side of their genetic inheritance. And their eyes could be slanted, almond shaped, and very interesting, mysterious looking. Also, with Venus, they're likely to have good features, especially if this is a woman, probably has a nice figure and feminine features. And they actually seem to have a good balance of feminine and masculine features. They're probably quite, they also can have an oval face, strong indication that this person has an oval face, very good smile. And they come across as very mysterious. I think this person is one of those people who seem weirdly accessible to others, but at the same time very mysterious. They're like a walking mystery or something. You know, it's like they can come across as very friendly, but people realize that they don't actually know anything about them, if that makes sense. They're very careful about not giving away too much of themselves. But they're very good at communicating, very intelligent, very curious, and they can also have something about their appearance that is a little bit youthful. So they could have, like, you know, dimples and high cheekbones, a cute smile. Like I said, definitely getting multiple messages. This person has a great smile. And they really like to be of service. Maybe they have some kind of a profession where they are being of service. Helping others, maybe in the medical field. And their voice can be very pleasant. Yeah, that's pretty much what I can say. Okay, so this has been pretty much it, and I hope you have enjoyed it, pile number 2, because I definitely have. I thought it was interesting. And don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel, and click on the notifications bell to see when I will post a new video. Also, comment in the comment section if you would like to give any feedback, so please do, any kind of feedback. And if you are interested in a private reading, please check out the video description. I will leave my contact information there. And also in the video description, you will find a link to my blog where I have posted reviews that I've gotten from previous clients who have purchased a tarot reading from me. So if you're interested in finding out more about that. Okay, so, and also last but not least, I do have an astrology channel, and I'm also going to be linking that in the pinned comment and in the video description. So if you're interested, go ahead and subscribe. Thank you, and I will see you at the next reading. Welcome, pile number 3. This is your reading if you have chosen this card right here that says Sea Witch and or this carnelian crystal. So this is going to be the shuffling phase, and I'm going to add timestamps if you want to skip directly to the interpretations, because I'm going to be taking my time. All right, so Spirit, what can you tell me about pile number 3, the people who chose the carnelian crystal? What does their future spouse look like? What is their physical appearance? What is their outer energy, the energy they portray to the world? How do they present themselves? This one, I'm really getting it. Okay. So, come on. Spirit, what can you tell me about pile number 3, the people who chose the carnelian crystal? What is their future spouse like? What do they look like? What kind of an energy do they give off? How will they recognize this person? Help me out here, Spirit. Help me out. Help me out here, Spirit. Help me out here, Spirit. Come on. Help me out here, Spirit. Spirit, what can you tell me about pile number 3, the people who chose the carnelian crystal? Who is their future spouse? What does the future spouse look like? How do they portray themselves? What kind of energy do they give off? How will pile number 3 recognize their future spouse. Help me out here, Spirit. What does their future spouse look like? What does their future spouse look like? Alright, so let's see. Puffin, partnership. Accept yourself and your colorful personality. Feel confident about being you. You are a joy bringer. Let your community nourish and protect you. Ask for help. Teamwork will give you the best results. Butterfly rebirth. You can reinvent yourself. Open to the rewards of change. You have brilliance to share with the world. Love every part of your journey. Okay. Dear love, be gentle with yourself. You heal with the power of love. See the light in all things. Acknowledge your self-worth and grace. Truth. Purity. Shadow self. I'm already feeling like this person might have strong energy and or placements in placements in Kritika Nakshatra. If you come from Vedic astrology, you know what I mean. All right, so now I'm gonna read the description for this card right here that says Sea Witch from the booklet. So number 52. Innocence, joy of play, wonder. The small mermaid is called the Witch of the Sea. Instead of a fishtail, she has a jellyfish on the lower part of her body. Her hair sways behind her like flowing tentacles. She holds a windmill in her hand and that propels her forward. A wide-eyed fish is her loyal companion on the ocean journeys. She is young and uses the magic of childlike thinking to dance in the waves, marveling at the wonder of life. Interesting. All right. So let's see what the tarot cards are saying. Spirit, what can you tell me about pile number 3, the people who chose the red... Oh, oops. Okay. Oh, okay. What? Let's see if there's anything here. No. Spirit, what can you tell me about pile number 3, the people who chose the red carnelian crystal? Who is their future spouse? What does this person look like? What does this person look like? Who is pile number 3's future spouse? And what do they look like? What characteristics do they have? What is their outer image? What is their, the way that they express themselves? What is their energy? Getting this one. Getting this one. All right. 2 more. Spirit, what can you tell me about pile number 3, the people who chose the red carnelian? Who is their future spouse? What does this person look like? What does this person look like? So, this was meant to be here. Okay. So we have the 4 of Pentacles, the Page of Pentacles, the Star, the 2 of Wands, the 7 of Swords, the 4 of Wands, the Holy King. I think this is the Hermit. Number 9. Let me check. Yes, it's the Hermit. All right, so let me get some more tarot cards. Spirit, what can you tell me about pile number... Okay, pile number 3's future spouse. Not getting this one. Who is this person? What do they look like? Who's pile number 3's future spouse? What does this person look like? What is their outer image? What is their style? What energy do they give off to the world? Come on, pile number 3. Help me out here. What is this person's future spouse? What do they look like? What does this person's future spouse look like, Spirit? What does pile number 3's future spouse look like, Spirit? What does pile number 3's future spouse look like? Help me out. Alright, this one. So let's see. The Queen of Swords. The King of Cups. The Page of Cups. The Wheel of Fortune. The Four of Wands again. The Seven of Cups. And the Two of Cups. Very interesting. Pile number 3. Wow. I'm already getting a strong message here, but I don't think you're gonna like it. So, and again, bear in mind that this is about outer image, you know, the kind of vibe that they give off, how other people see them in general. So this person, I think, maybe comes across as a little bit of a player. Worst case scenario. Because of that Seven of Swords energy, and also because you have a lot of, you know, youthful energy here. You also have the Star and the Seven of Cups. So this shows that this person, they are very popular. So with the Star energy especially, this could be someone who is literally famous, or maybe they're someone who has a high social media following. They have a, you know, high social media presence, or a strong social media presence. Hopefully they're not high. Basically they're someone who a lot of people notice, right? They really stand out. But it's really interesting because you have the Star and the Hermit. So this is a person, I think, that a lot of people find inaccessible just by virtue of how attractive they are, or how much of a catch they are. And also what I was going to say is that the Seven of Cups shows this person is someone who looks like they have a lot of options. You know? But the Two of Cups here, this shows that this person, now bear with, right, in line with the topic of physical appearance, I think that with the Two of Cups here, this person just comes across as very romantic, the kind of person that a lot of people dream about. I'm thinking Timothée Chalamet, you know, someone who's like really dreamy like that, a dreamboat. That a lot of people would love to marry. And you also have the Four of Wands twice. So this person comes across as very solid, it's like they have that nice, confident, nice balance combination of sensitivity and dreaminess and fantasy and playfulness, and also kind of seem like they have a good heart, right? Like they really just care about, you know, having someone to care about, and they're gentle and understanding and all that stuff. So this is why I'm getting, you know, that you are going to have a lot of competition. What can I say? And I don't mean like you're going to have competition in the sense that this person has wandering eye, but actually you need to be careful, right? To some extent, maybe, or you might feel like this person comes across as not trustworthy for some reason, or maybe other people. And I think most likely the reason they don't come across as trustworthy is because of a combination of their personality, which is likely to be, you know what I'm getting here, like especially if you come from Vedic astrology, I'm getting Ardra energy potentially a little bit. Like a person who, or maybe even Purva Patrapada, maybe Mrigashira as well. Look at this, you have partnership here and you have partnership here with this card. I was just realizing the confirmation, but let me not jump around. Where was I? Yeah, this person comes across as basically, I think, someone who is just very authentic, and because they're very authentic, people don't really know where to place them. There could be something unusual about them, right? This is why maybe they don't have very many close friends, or they could be a person who really, even though they come across as popular or they might have some kind of a reputation, it's like not easy to get to know them. You know, they're the kind of person who needs time to open up, to, you know, to allow themselves to be vulnerable with someone, because maybe they're tired of people making assumptions about them. I don't know, this is the vibe that I'm getting. Like for some reason this is someone who is forced to maintain an outer image. You know, so it's not necessarily that, obviously not everyone's gonna marry a celebrity, so it's not necessary that they're super famous, but it could be that maybe their line of work is not really in line with what they're truly wanting out of life. Or it may not even be, you know, or maybe they have some kind of a job where they have to maintain appearances, but their main priority may not even be their job. It could just be to have a family, considering the fact that the Four of Wands came out twice, or at least expression. They really care about being authentic. But so, and that's what I was gonna say, it's because they are very unusual, I think, and they probably stick to their own stick to themselves a lot of the time. Also, people assume things about them, right? Because if you don't talk, people are just gonna assume this and that, or they're gonna put words in your mouth. Or they could be a person who's just so authentic, but they are so weird that people cannot put them in any category. So they think something must be up with this person, right? There might be, they're really just playing a role, or they somehow, you know, a lot of people might want to portray them as, you know, shallow and inauthentic, but I don't feel like this is the kind of person they are looking at these cards. This is a person, like, look at this with the shadow self here. It's really interesting. You have shadow self and you have hermit, and you have the Seven of Swords, and you also have this. So there's something about this person that definitely comes across as maybe a little bit sneaky. You know, like you can't really figure them out. But this is the kind of image that other people in general are going to have about them. But it also just shows that they are very interesting, that they most likely have a very insightful, very strong intuition. That this person has a pretty mature energy, actually, because of that hermit energy. So when it comes to the people that they allow close to them, they want to be with people that are, you know, within their soul tribe, so to speak. So they don't want to be, you know, around people who don't accept them for who they really are. So this is what I'm saying. Like, I don't know if I'm articulating it well, but I feel like this person has a conflict between who they really are and how others perceive them. And this is somehow their drama in their lives. And they feel like they have to maintain appearances, and that might be why they're isolating themselves, because they feel like nobody really sees them for who they are. And you also have the Wheel of Fortune here. So this gives me, again, kind of a little bit of a Scorpio, K2 energy here. Maybe Mars as well, but 8th house as well. So this is a person who deals with crisis situations. This is a person who seems like they could also just seem like they themselves are trouble, which would explain why you have the Seven of Swords and the Seven of of Cups, you know. They seem like the kind of person who disrupts the status quo. You know, this is not a person that is easy to pin down, who plays by the rules all the time. So they're quite intelligent, because you also have, look at this, the Queen of Swords and the King of Cups. So this comes across as someone who is very independent minded and could definitely be a leader. Very good communication skills. They probably have an appearance about them that makes them very intelligent, very tough. You know, they look like someone who has a lot of stoicism. What I realize is you have a lot of 7, a lot of 4. So there's something unshakable about this person. They just have an aura about them that is, you know, stable, of like, I know who I am and I'm not changing for anyone. And that's probably why they get attention. It's like people admire them, but at the same time, there's something about them that is kind of potentially threatening to some. I was looking at this here. This is really interesting. Yeah, I definitely feel like this person has problems trusting people. So I feel like maybe, and again, I could be going off totally, you know, maybe overthinking it, but this gives me overall the vibe of someone who was a subject of gossip a lot, a subject of backstabbing, someone who other people have spread rumors about them. So they have a serious problem with letting people into their lives, trusting others, because maybe in the past they have made the mistake of letting their guard down and then realizing that people were just using them. They were using them to get information about them that they could use against them, if that makes sense. So this gives me, look at this, you also have truth here. Wow, this is like confirmation of exactly what I'm saying. This is exactly, you know what this makes me think of? The kind of like emperor is naked sort of person, you know. So in this world, people who are very honest oftentimes get scapegoated, and they get told that they are, you know, there's something wrong with them, and they get gaslit, and they get attacked for no reason just because they speak the truth. So this gives me actually the impression of someone who's really genuine deep down, but there might be rumors circulating about them because they are someone who probably has a very strong personality, and they're also probably quite successful, and people envy them, right? And they spread rumors about them. This is the general feeling I'm getting here. Also, when it comes, you have a lot of 2s, you have a lot of 4s, a lot of 7. I would not be surprised again if I get a strong K2 energy here. Scorpio, water energy, 12th house as well, 8th house as well. This person seems to be moving in a constant wheel of change. You know, they're not afraid of change. They're pretty much a risk taker. So there could be something about their appearance that makes them a risk taker as well. I hope that this doesn't collapse. Hold on, I have to fix my, I was gonna say bush, but let's just call it a hedge. Be right back. All right, hopefully it's not gonna fall down. Where was I? Yeah, so I feel like this person has been scapegoated in their lives. That's what I'm trying to say. But they're also very attractive. And they, like I said, they seem like someone who's just solid and unshakable, right? So this is the kind of person who can take a lot of crap and just not crack. This is, I mean, I don't know how many of you are going to like to hear this, but in some ways, this makes me think a little bit of someone like Jordan Peterson. And I don't mean like in the sense that this person resembles him because of ideas or personality or even looks. But I mean a person like that, right, who can take a lot of controversy and doesn't give a crap, you know, just keeps doing whatever they're doing. Like I said, I wouldn't be surprised if you follow, you know, if you follow Vedic astrology, I wouldn't be surprised if this person has strong placements in Kritika Nakshatra because of this truth energy here. Also Bharani Nakshatra maybe. Yeah, and this person just comes across as someone who just is very genuine in love, I think. This is why they are so desirable. because of the fact that they are truthful and they're fair. That's an important thing. And they're also, I think they come across also as very family oriented. They probably are family oriented because you have the Four of Wands twice. So this person is like just someone who actually reality doesn't like drama, likes a peaceful existence. But because they stick so much to the truth, they're not afraid to get out of their comfort zones and to even ruffle some feathers in order to get to the truth, if that makes sense. All right, so this is pretty much what I can get actually from your cards. Wait, another thing that I wanted to say. Yeah, I did say it, right? Very romantic, because I'm seeing a lot of cups here. Good at managing finances, careful with finances. That's one potential drawback, actually. The person could be maybe a little bit stingy, or they could be overly concerned with the financial aspects of life. That's one potential drawback. But otherwise very genuine. They're probably very thrifty, let me put it like that. Okay, so this person is not wasteful. They care about the bare necessities. And they're probably very attractive to a lot of people. And they're the kind of person, not just the person who is attractive, but stands out. And also they just come across as romantic and loving, right? Which is part of their charm. It's probably part of why people are looking at them a lot. Yeah, okay, so this is what I can see from the cards. Let me see what I can get from the notes. So Spirit, what can you tell me about pile number 3's future spouse? What does this person look like? What does this person look like? What does this person look like, Spirit? I think that's enough. Spirit, what does pile number 3's future spouse look like? What is their outer image, their physical appearance? Alright, so let me break it down. Taurus, so the bare necessities. Mercury, interesting. Yeah, Mercury is actually reflecting this sea witch energy. Peter Pan sort of energy, intelligent. Rahu, this is a reflection of the star card. This person could really be well known in their community. Aquarius, more Rahu energy. Okay. Aries, strong personality. Like I said, this is a person who is not afraid to ruffle feathers. Also, can I just point out that Aries and Taurus are where Bharani and Kritika are. So I wouldn't be surprised if you have like your spouse archetype indicators connected to Bharani or Kritika in your horoscope. 4th house, not surprised at all because you have the the 4 of Wands coming out twice. Right, and you also have the 4 of Pentacles. 11th house, 9th house, this is Jupiter energy. This person likes to travel. Okay, so my hedge is like going wild or something. Okay. 1st house, very assertive. This is more Aries energy. More 11th house. This person is, wow. Are you dating Timothée Chalamet or something? This person is like, seriously, they could be very well known. So I don't know who you're going to marry, but this person might be legitimately famous. Because you have Rahu and the 11th house twice. So this shows that, also you have Aquarius, okay? So this shows that this person is touching wide audiences. They might have a strong social media following, or they might be just someone who's very well known. They could even be a person who doesn't have much of a social media following, but they are just very well known, like a scientist or something. Because of that hermit energy, right? Because the hermit suggests, or a writer, right? Because the hermit energy suggests also a person who's quite private as well. Of course, could be multiple things, but whichever the case, this is a person who is appreciated. And of course, famous could also mean that they're famous within a certain group, like maybe they're a school principal or something in a small town, and that could mean that they're famous, right? So Mercury just shows, like I said, good communicator, intelligent. This is actually a reflection of the original Oracle card as well as the Queen of Swords. This person is a very good communicator. So it would explain why this person is well known, because they probably reach out to large audiences. And Rahu also suggests media and anything that involves technology. So yeah, things are tying together. Also, you have the ninth house. So this could also be an author, a person who's publishing or something like that. Granted, I'm giving you a lot of information that doesn't directly have to do with physical appearance, but I mean, if the messages are coming out, what can I say? I hope you don't object, right? So you also have Taurus. This person has a pleasant voice. And they're also a person who really enjoys the small pleasures of life. Like I said, solid. This person is unshakable. They have an unshakable core. You know, it's like nobody can. I remember reading this once about Taurus, that their strength is in holding their ground. It's like, you know, think of, I don't know, these cute cows or bulls, like, you know, just grazing on a pasture. They don't mess with anyone, but if you try to push them around, they will let you have it, right? So Taurus is the power of inertia. It's like this, like, it's like they can come across as sweet on the surface, but if you try to mess with them, you know, they will basically run you into the ground. And then you also have that combination of Aries and Taurus, which again, like I said, I wouldn't be surprised. Strong Kritika or Bharani energy here. And Aquarius could also be Purva Bhadrapada, because Aquarius is Purva Bhadrapada. Of course, Aquarius is other nakshatras as well, but I feel could be Purva Bhadrapada or could be Dhanishta, to a lesser extent Sastabisha, right? But Aquarius and Air, in any case, it doesn't really matter, because it's mostly about energies, and different combinations in a horoscope can lead to similar energies. And you have Aquarius and Aries in any case, which does show a person who is very independent minded. Aquarius is actually, I have said this in a previous video, very much connected to the Queen and King of Swords in my mind, because this is like thought processes at their finest. This is a person who's very analytical. Nobody can pull the wool over their eyes. You know, they see through BS, and they can handle crisis situations. And they're also really assertive and brave. They're very educated as well, or they come across as very wise. Also, they can come across as quite athletic, as in, or sporty, maybe not, I don't know if athletic necessarily, but, you know, someone who cares about their physical body. They could come across as pretty strong as well physically. This is what, you know, 11th house is wide circles of acquaintances and socializing. So this is why I say there's a weird dichotomy here between, it could be that this person knows a lot of people, but is also very private in a weird way. Or, like I said, it could be that a lot of people think that they know them, but they have a side that, or like most of them actually, is kept private, right? Like they don't give people too much information about them. And strictly with respect to physical appearance, you can expect this person to have a pleasant voice, maybe even a good singer. This person can also potentially be younger than you are, or even if they're not younger, they have a very youthful sort of appearance to them. They could have a face that is either oval or most likely an inverted triangle. So like their you know, like their cheekbones are wider than their chin area. So they could have this kind of energy that is very youthful and curious. They could have high cheekbones, full lips, traditionally pretty features as well, but also strong features because of that Aries energy. I'm getting the feeling that this person is quite stout, you know, so like stocky, you know. I'm not getting a lot of height here. Of course, it does depend from situation to situation. So most likely I would say around average, but a really sturdy physique, strong looking. And there could be something very unusual about their appearance. Maybe they have tattoos, maybe they've had plastic surgery, something. Their eyes could be wide set and very big, could also be really big, or something unusual about their eyes. They can have, I mean, to be fair, when it comes to physical constitution, it could be a multitude of things. I am getting a sense that this person comes across as really strong and really solid, so quite sturdy physically, but they can also come across as quite agitated and have a more wiry constitution. They could, of course, also be taller than average, but I'm not seeing that much energy on that, as much focus on that. I also think they're going to tend towards a darker complexion. Something about them is going to come across as exotic. And of course, with Rahu here, this person could literally be from a foreign culture, because you also have the ninth house. So yeah, so this person could be literally someone that, you know, is coming from a foreign land, but could also be someone who is from the same country but just comes from a foreign culture. Yes. Also, I'm seeing, like I said, I'm also seeing potentially, yeah, very nice smile. Pretty eyes as well. And it could be like something about their hands and their arms is something that really attracts you to them. Like you really like their hands. Or maybe something about their hands just stands out. Okay, so this is pretty much what I can say, pile number 3, and I hope you have enjoyed it. And if you have, I definitely have. I thought it was very interesting. And if you have, please like and subscribe to my channel and click on the notifications bell to see when I will post a new video. Also, please comment in the comment section with anything that you would like to share about this reading or any other, and maybe potential suggestions for future readings that would be welcomed as well. And also, I do personal consultations in tarot, as in private readings. And if you're interested in getting one of those, you can email me at the email address in the video description. I can send you more information. And also, if you're interested in finding out more about private readings, I have linked a link to my blog in the video description, where I added the reviews that I've gotten from previous clients for private readings, private tarot readings specifically. So if you are interested in finding out more about them, you can go ahead, check out that link in the description. And also, last but not least, I do have an astrology channel, and I will be linking that as well in the pinned comment and in the video description. So if you're interested, you can go ahead and check it out, maybe subscribe, would greatly appreciate it. So thank you, and I will see you at a future reading. Bye! So welcome, pile number 4. This is your reading. If you have chosen this card right here that says White Rose of Hope, for which I will be reading the description after I select the rest of the oracle cards, and or this jade crystal. So this is going to be the card selection phase. If you don't want to sit through it, you can skip directly to the interpretation. I'm going to add timestamps because I'm going to be taking my time. So, Spirit, what can you tell me about pile number 4, the people who chose the jade crystal? Who is their future spouse, and what does this person look like? What does their future spouse look like, Spirit? Help me choose the right cards for them. What does their future spouse look like, and anything else you would care to share about their future spouse? Spirit, what can you tell me about pile number 4? Sorry. Pile number 4, the people who chose the jade crystal. Okay. Wow, wow. I don't think I've ever picked this card before. Alright, Spirit, what can you tell me about pile number 4's future spouse? Okay. Who is this person's future? Okay. So, let me get into it. Raven Shaman, you are the creator and magician. Use your gifts for good. There is power in your wisdom and words. Connect with the elemental spirits and glide through the void. Claim your place as keeper of the mysteries. Hawk messenger. Wow, birds. Okay. Spirit is sending you messages. Open your greater vision to see the signs. Focus on priorities and eliminate distractions. You have a bright future. Let yourself ascend to new heights. I cannot. The third bird. Bird is the word. Swan grace. You who glides across the waters of my soul, bring me your wisdom and light. Help me transform into elegance and grace. Inspire me with dignity and the spirit of beauty. Nice. And then we have surrender. Pretty. And then we have trust. More birds. Birds and butterflies. And ancestors. Very nice, very nice, very nice. Okay, let me read the description for this card from the booklet. So, the White Rose of Hope. Number 30. Hope, beacon, solution, beginnings. We see a woman dressed in a blue gown standing somewhere in a lonely landscape. Darkness surrounds her, but a shining white rose glows like a beacon and illuminates the night. Maybe this woman is lost, maybe she is uncertain about her feelings. Yet thanks to the light of the flower, she can find her way. White roses symbolize hope, new beginnings, admiration, and young love. There are exciting times ahead. Wow, very nice. Okay. All right. I'm going to see what the tarot cards say before I give any interpretations. So, Spirit, what can you tell me about pile number 4? What is their future spouse's physical appearance? What is this person's style? I don't know about this one. Spirit, what can you tell me about pile number 4? This person's physical appearance, style. Nah. Yes. Yes. Don't know about this one. Spirit, what can you tell me about pile number 4's future spouse? What does this person look like? What does this person look like? What is their style? Anything you would care to share? Help me out, Spirit. Who is pile number 4's future spouse? Nah. No, I'm not getting this. Come on, Spirit. Just give me one more card. All right. So, okay. 10 of Cups. I think this is the High Priest. Yeah, the High Priest. It says the High Priest. Oh my God, it says the High Priest. And I was thinking about, okay, Page of Chalices, which is the Page of Cups. The Fool. The Hermit. The Knight of Thames or the Knight of Swords. The 10 of Pentacles. Nice. Okay, let me see some more cards. Spirit, what can you tell me about pile number 4's future future spouse, irrespective of their gender? Okay, so these wanted to come out. All right. All of these came out. Okay. Spirit, can you please help me out? Who's pile number 4's future spouse? What does this person look like? What does this person look like? Tell me. What can you tell me about them? Help me out, Spirit. Who is pile number 4's future spouse? Who is pile number 4's future spouse? Who is pile number 4's future spouse? Yeah, I'm really getting this one, so let's see. The Star. The 8 of Wands. The Knight of Wands. The 2 of Wands. The 8 of Cups. The 2 of Cups. The 3 of Pentacles. Okay. Very nice. So, first of all, can I just say, if you felt drawn to any of the other previous piles, you might want to check them out because there might be a message for you there. There are some cards that are, you know, similar, but only if you felt drawn to them. So, this person is very intuitive because look at all the birds you got here. You have raven, shaman, hawk, messenger, swan, grace. And you have this, which is a message of hope. And I mean, actually, to me, this is a reflection of the hermit energy. Because it's the hermit is going out with his lantern. And here you have this woman whose way is being shown by the white rose of hope. Yeah. And so this person has, and you also have the high priest here. Person has really strong intuitive energy here. I wouldn't be surprised, again, to see a lot of water energy in their horoscope. A lot of Ketu energy. Very spiritually oriented person. This person is also very selective when it comes to their circle of friends. They don't just let anyone in. But overall, when it comes to the energy that they give off, their physical appearance, I'm getting a lot of youthful energy, a lot of enthusiastic energy. You have Wands, you have Cups, you have the Star. This person easily stands out. You have the Knight of Wands, you have the Knight of Swords. So this person can also come across as a little bit aggressive. With respect to appearance, they could have something about them that is how should I put it? They could have features that really make them stand out. So most likely they are conventionally attractive. With the Star energy, you have a person who attracts a lot of attention naturally. You also have this Ancestors card. So I wouldn't be surprised if you yourself have strong Ketu surrounding your spouse archetype. If you come from astrology, you know what I mean. And you have this trust, surrender. So this person, these are actually like messages for your future spouse, by the way. So this is a person who doesn't easily let go. So this is a person who is very controlling, doesn't leave things to chance. Again, could also be someone who has potentially Saturn energy. But you have the 3 of Pentacles, you have the 10 of Pentacles, right? So this person is someone who really works for what they want. And with the 8 of Wands, they are someone who, and also the 8 of Wands, the Knights coming out, 2 Knights. You also have the Page of Cups. This is a person who really likes to be on the move. They like to be active. They don't like to spend too much time in the same place. So there's something about their energy that comes across as very enthusiastic, full of energy, ready to take on the new thing. But at the same time, they are not easy to approach. They're not easy to get to know. They come across as, let me put it like this, very motivated, right? But that doesn't necessarily mean approachable. I think someone like, I don't know, Tony Robbins or Teal Swan. Teal Swan doesn't come across as that enthusiastic, but You know what I mean? Someone like that, right? Someone that a lot of people admire and would like to follow and asks them for advice. A lot of people ask them for advice, but they're not particularly like friendly. As in, they're not the most approachable. They might even come across as a little bit intimidating because of that Knight of Swords energy. But there's something about them that is a very otherworldly, very interesting. People are drawn to them maybe without even realizing, just because they're so unusual, and probably because of the fact that they, you know, dance to the beat of their own drum. Like a lot of people, especially in this world, which is very shallow, a lot of people are just drawn to them without even realizing, like, why am I so drawn to this person? But that's because they're so authentic, you know, and they also like psychic energy here. Wow, really. So, and again, this person could actually be in some kind of alternative spiritual practices, so not conventional religions. They could also be in conventional religions, but I think this person has high levels of spiritual um, knowledge. You know, basically a lot of things that they have learned through insights and observing patterns in the world and in the people around them. So they have a very good understanding of the world, but I don't think it's coming from books. You know what I mean? Like, not conventional education. But at the same time, basically street smart, but and street smart also when it comes to spiritual matters. They could also just be, of course, in more um, isolated cases, they could actually be psychic, or they could, I don't know, yeah, or they have this otherworldliness about them. That's what I'm trying to say. But at the same time, what I was going to say is that this person is also very serious. So because you have the 10 of Pentacles and you have the 3 of Pentacles, this person is very hardworking, very determined to build a solid career. But I think there's so much substance to this person. Like, this is not someone who just does something for attention or for yeah, for attention or for money. I don't think they do things just, they really care about creating something of value and of quality in the world and helping others. They also come across as a perfect partner, I think, to a lot of people. Very romantic, you know, someone who is fair in their dealings. Someone who, if this is a man, definitely not a traditionalist, right? This is because of this 2 of Cups. This is a person who's looking for an equal partnership. And they, something in the way that they present themselves, the way they talk, the way they walk, their overall attitudes just show that. They show that they have a fair attitude and that they're looking for someone who is part of their soul tribe, as in a person who has similar values, a similar viewpoint on life, and you know, they're open-minded. You know, they're definitely not a traditionalist chauvinist husband, let me put it like that. I don't think traditionalists are. This is the pile where traditionalists, I think, are probably the least likely to find themselves or to find their spouse archetypes here, because these are people who are very spiritual. There's a lot of spiritual energy here. Because you have this travel card underneath the High Priest, like this, you know, gives me vibes of someone who is not opposed to things like ayahuasca and, you know, stuff like that, like their outer body experiences, you know, not just physically traveling, but meditations, contacting things, entities, stuff like that. So, but, and I also don't think that this person would be doing those things to gain power or status. They, if anything, they would be doing it because they want to learn more about the world and they want to expand their awareness and their wisdom. They do have a problem surrendering control because you have these cards here: trust, surrender, Keeper of the mysteries, yeah. There's so much message about, so many messages about wisdom, ancestors, yeah. So with respect to physical appearance, I haven't addressed this, right? The Eight of Cups here. So the Eight of Cups shows this person could, even in their aura, have something sad about them. Like a person who has suffered a lot. Maybe they have a melancholic look. Maybe they have melancholic features. But they have this kind of air about them, like, someone who was tested by life. They're not 100%, even though they may also be enthusiastic and full of energy when it comes to going after what they want. They also have this kind of like wariness about them, potentially. And you have the 2 and the 8 of Wands, and you have the Star. It is possible that this person is from a foreign culture, or just that they're someone who likes to travel. I wouldn't normally, for foreign cultures, I want to see other cards, right? There is, let's say, a small possibility that this person is from a foreign culture with these cards. At the very least, it means this is a person who likes to travel, who likes to yeah, they really have the strong desire to get out of their comfort zone. But they could also have a side that is very hesitating as well. The 2 of Wands here, it speaks of hesitation. It speaks of someone who wants to travel, but might have a lot of fears. So, and that also goes hand in hand here with trust and surrender, and the White Rose of Hope. This person could be someone who is really lingering in past failures, or especially emotional disappointments, especially since you have the Hermit here. This person has been hurt a lot by people. Like, this is a card especially that shows emotional loss, emotional disappointments. So this person has been hurt by people, and that makes them kind of isolate themselves, and they become very selective about the people they allow to get close to them. And this as well, this is a person who could have a lot of hesitations as well. Like, maybe they don't show this on the surface, but they have a lot of fears. They have a lot of anxieties about, am I going to manage this? Am I going to make it? Maybe I don't have what it takes, stuff like that. So basically insecurities is another word for them. Yeah, would see, with respect to astrology, I would see Saturn, so Capricorn, Scorpio, Cancer, the moon energy, potentially Rahu as well. With the star energy here, you have a person who is definitely well known, is well seen, stands out. This could be a person who is literally famous, or they have a large social media following. This is also most likely a person who's conventionally attractive, because you also have the star, and then above you have the 10 of cups. So this person comes across as like a dream partner to a lot of people. This looks like the kind of person that a lot of people would like to settle down with, have a family with, because they come across as, a great partner. Look, you also have this, right? They come across as romantic and also serious. Like, they are looking for meaningful relationships. This person does not come across as shallow at all based on these cards. So people most likely see them as someone who's a little bit mystical, a little bit spiritual, doesn't waste their time on shallow things that are not in line with their vision for themselves and whatever they're trying. Like, this is the kind of person who has a vision. They have a vision for what they want to do in society, in the world, with respect to their career, so they don't suffer fools, basically. Yeah, that's basically it. They're also a good communicator, and they come across as career oriented. They come across as very good professionals. Most likely, like I said, they have a good status. They have a respectable position in society. And there's also something about them that on the one hand seems romantic, and on the other hand is a lot of energy about agitation, like a lot of, they come across as someone who has high energy, let me just say that. So someone who doesn't like to sit still for long periods of time. They can also come across as a little bit impulsive. Yeah, like they might be the kind of person who will stay in one place for a long time and then suddenly make a sudden 180-degree change in their lives and move to a foreign place where nobody knows them, stuff like that. They're like someone who maybe has that a little bit of you know, impulsiveness and unpredictability. So okay, this is what I can get from the cards. Let me see what I can get from the astrological notes. Spirit, what can you tell me about pile number 4's future spouse? Who is this person? What do they look like? What is their outer image? I think that's enough. Spirit, oh no. Spirit, what can you tell me about pile number 4? Who is their future spouse? What do they look like? What is their outer image? Okay, one more. So let's see. Jupiter, not surprised. This is a globetrotter. And someone is very spiritual. Oh, K2, I'm not surprised at all. Very spiritual, the most spiritual energy. Sagittarius, more Jupiterian energy. Someone who likes to travel is very the sun. All right. Okay, very creative, passionate person. And Aries, more creative, passionate person. Taurus, solid as well. Let's see, what do we have here? The first house stands out, like I said. 11th house, even more so. So 11th house is about wide audiences. 7th house is literally the house of partnership, so it feels like a confirmation of the 2nd of Cups. The 8th house. What did I say? Did I not say that, you know, 8th house, water houses, Scorpio? 8th house again. Wow. Okay, so this person, like I said, very deep person, very profound. I would not be surprised if this is someone like a therapist, actually, with so much 8th house. Like, this could be someone, I know this reading is not about professions, but they really come across as very intense, very mysterious, secretive. This is someone who could be even having some kind of a secret profession, or they could be working as an investigator, or any kind of profession where they have to dig down to the truth in some way. Yeah. You know, but in any case, this is a very strong person. They have a strong aura, a very intense aura, like someone who can really deal with challenges in life, and very attractive as well. 8th house is a lot of sexual energy. 7th house also explains why you have the 2 of Cups here, because this person comes across as an ideal partner, I think, not just to you, but to a lot of people. Like I said, you also have the 10 of Cups there. So yeah, this person comes across as romantic and, you know, would make a good partner, devoted, loyal, passionate, all that stuff. And first house and 11th house kind of is a confirmation of the star, because also the sun is a confirmation of a star, a strong confirmation, because this could be a person who has a strong media following, you know, and or they're just very well known somehow. Maybe they're known through their profession and in their professional sphere, so they have some kind of a status where people know about them. A lot of people know about them, you know. So that's the sun. Also, the sun shows a person who's very creative, very passionate. That's kind of Leo energy, you know, with the sun. And a person who's a protector. The sun is also very masculine energy, so you have like a predominance of masculine energies here, which is interesting. I mean, I'm not surprised actually, because like the cards are actually predominantly masculine as well if you break it down. Like all the other piles have had like a multiple, I think at least 2 queens or something, or 1 queen at least. You don't have any queens. So yes, this shows that this person has a very strong character. So irrespective whether this is a woman or not, or a man, a woman or a man or anything else, this is a person who has a strong masculine energy. They're like, you know, very determined, very rational with the sun, very passionate, very self-motivated. You know, this is not the kind of person that easily wavers on their decisions or their beliefs as well. Jupiter is a person who's very idealistic. This like kind of goes hand in hand with what I was saying, that I think this person has a vision. They have things they want to achieve on a grander scale. Like they want to have a certain professional life to be of service to others. Ketu is a confirmation of everything that I've said. I mean, I just said repeatedly that I think this person might have a strong Ketu energy. Because, you know, I think in your pile, you have the strongest Ketu energy in the tarot cards. And then also you have Ketu coming out in the astrological notes as well. So, yes, this person maybe has planets in Ashwini, Mula, Maga. Maybe you have planets in it, you know, your partner archetype planets. If you come from my astrology channel, you know what I'm talking about. You have these planets, you know, they're prominent. Like maybe if you're a man and you have Venus in one of these nakshatras, could explain why Ketu came out here. So this is a person, again, since you have Ketu in Sagittarius, this person could literally have planets in Mula, and the sun could be Maga nakshatras, you know. And Aries Ashwini. So it's like, yeah, this and with Taurus, maybe even Bharani, okay? Because yes, we're talking, it's not like strictly Ketu. We're talking about energies here that care about things like ancestors and contacting spirits and being very spiritual, astral travel, stuff like that, you know, altered states. Anything that I guess some people would frown upon when it comes to religious beliefs. When it comes to, yeah, basically people who are very spiritual, they're very focused on their spiritual growth. And this is also a person, also Ketu is the great confirmation of the Hermit card, which also came out in your pile. Because it's about isolation. You know, it's a person who feels the need to be hidden from view. And Ketu is also about research, right? So, and you also have 8th house, which is also about research. So this could be someone who's into research. But in any case, this is a person who really, I think, makes people uneasy without people realizing why that's the case. And that's because they probably have this really intense aura that just makes people feel like they see down to their soul, like they can read them very easily. I'm thinking of someone like The Mentalist, basically, if you've seen that TV show. You know, like, but even more than that, like that guy was just reading, you know, behaviors, but this person actually has a strong intuition. Also, when it comes to physical appearance, strictly physical appearance, with the sun, Jupiter, I'm feeling here, there is a strong possibility that this person is well above average tall, because you have Jupiter there, and you also have Sagittarius. So this person is likely going to be quite sporty, have a good amount of muscle mass, likes to be physically active. Not surprised, again, you have so much fire energy, and you also have a lot of wands, and you have the Knight of Wands and the Knight of Swords and the 8 of Wands and the 2 of Wands. So this person likes to stay active. Most likely they're quite muscular as well. Even if this is a woman, they probably need to stay active to feel happy. They like to travel with that Sagittarius energy, so that's another confirmation. With the Taurus, they also just enjoy peace and quiet, and they like to have a stable family environment as well. They also just enjoy the small pleasures of life, you know, food, good music, stuff like that. They probably have a pleasant voice. They could even be a good singer, but they just have a pleasant voice. And with Taurus and the sun, most likely, especially if this is a man, this is a person who has a very solid physical structure, like someone who has broad shoulders. Maybe I mean, it is possible that they're also a little bit heavy set, but I'm not particularly seeing that. and also with Ketu there, they could have eyes that are almond shaped, slanted, very intense as well, or there could be something mysterious and dreamy about their appearance. Very likely has oval face, strong jawline, can have a great smile. Yeah, that's pretty much. Nice skin as well, most likely. This person likes, Taurus is a very kind of like soft, cuddly sort of energy as well, which doesn't mean that they're, pushovers or anything, but yeah, they also like just affection and stuff like that. They can be quite romantic, which explains also the Two of Cups and the seventh house that came out there. So yeah, this person cares about relationships. So they seem like someone who would be, like I said, very great as a romantic partner, a long-term partner, a spouse, because they have that perfect energy, a mix of energies between, yes, on the one hand, mysterious and intense and all that, but when it comes to their attitudes towards romance, they come across as very loyal and committed and someone who will be there when the going gets tough, basically. All right, so this is pretty much what I can see for you, pile number 4, and I hope that you have enjoyed it because I definitely have. I thought it was very interesting. And also, don't forget to subscribe. It will only take a second and it's free and it's the easiest way to support my channel. And if you want to see when I will post a new reading, please click on the notifications bell. And then also, please comment in the comment section with anything you would care to add, maybe ideas for future videos that you would like to see me do. And also, if you're interested in a private tarot reading, you can email me at the email address in the video description. And also, I have linked a blog post in the video description where I posted reviews I've gotten from previous clients. If you're curious to find out more about those, like as in from private tarot readings, if you're curious to find out more about them. And last but not least, I also have an astrology channel and I will be linking it in the pinned comment and in the video description. So if you're interested in astrology, you can go ahead and check them out, maybe subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. Thank you, and I hope to see you at your next reading on my channel.